Hi, I'm Caterina Suttin. I'm here in beautiful Bali for Sacred Circularities, and today I'm excited to share with you some of my favorite drills and dexterity exercises to help build control, and it's just a great warm-up at the start of your twins practice every day. So here we go. We're going to start with the hoops on either side of you at the same time. If your hoops are pointing in, the bottom of the hoops are pointing in, it's because your hands aren't maintaining a nice horizontal plane. If you want to keep the hoops perfectly vertical, your hands have to stay horizontal. If they're coming in at the bottom, your fingers are pointed down too much. If they're coming in at the top, your fingers are pointed up too much. So just be aware of that as you go through these drills and try and maintain that nice clean plane. We're going to start in the same time, same direction, palms facing down, and I bring my hands up to my shoulders as I lift my palms to the sky, and I lift my arms all the way up. You can use a nice little bounce here and any time when in the same time to maintain the even timing and plane. I'm going to come forward as I bring my palms to face the front and come down, out to the sides, and I start turning my palms to reach the sky and then bring down my body. So we're going to do this in several. We're going to go into split time here. Do the same series. If you can use your shoulders to be what is driving the hoops momentum, keeping your arms straight, it's much easier to maintain a split time. When one shoulder's in front is right when the hoop's coming up. I'm almost dragging it with my shoulder. And so you just use a little shimmy and it gets you right in split time. So again, we're going to bring our hands up to our shoulders as our palms face the sky. And we're going to lift. Oh, here comes the sun. And come forward, palms facing front, follow through all the way down, out to the sides, and back to the sky and down. We do the same in opposite direction, same time. Here's really nice to maintain a balance, and if it really starts getting wonky, you can even jump, and it helps to smooth it out. Bring it up to my shoulders again, up to the sky, front, down. You can go through these as quickly or as slowly as you like. Down again, switching both directions. So again, we're in the opposite direction, but the other side. Now we're coming up, sky, out in front of you, down, to your sides, up to the sky, and then back down. Great. Your shoulders should start to feel a little bit warm. Next, we're going to go into a few more dexterity exercises. The first thing I'm going to do is, I'll step a little closer. I'm going to tap each of my fingers on the outside of the hoop, walking up and down my hand, starting with the pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, ring, middle, pointer. Just walking up and down the hands, doing that on both sides. Right now I'm going to stay at the same time. Just getting really comfortable here. Trying to not disturb the hoop's momentum and only tapping when the space is available. And you can do the same in split, and you can do that at any of these positions that we just walked through earlier. The next exercise is very similar. I'll step forward again. You're going to be walking the hoop through each of your fingers, like so, and then back out. You're not rotating on only one finger. You're not going like this. It's a lot more complicated, as you can see, and challenging. But if you just keep your hand nice and flat, and you shift between each of your fingers, then you won't interrupt the hoop's plane, and you can just play with the rotation. Walking up and down and up and down. Practicing this on both sides, in both directions, at any or all of these various points that I showed you. I'll play in split time real quick. Get through. And this definitely takes a little bit of brain power. It's a little bit challenging, but it builds so much control. And that's what I'm trying to help you guys with today. So walking out to the hands. Awesome. The next one we're going to work on is similar but different. We're actually going to start with a hoop like so. It helps to have it on the ground. And the middle finger is going to stay on one side, and the pointer finger and the ring finger will be on the other side. To get started with this, you're going to want to have the hoop down on the ground, and as you get more control, you can lift the hoop, and you just rotate. You're walking the ring finger back and the pointer finger forward. Just getting comfortable here, walking around the hoop. You can start down and then do a lift every now and then come back down. And when you get better at it, you can really have some fun here. And this is actually just a warm-up for the next exercise I'm going to teach you guys. And so you want to get really comfortable here with a lot of control, making sure you're walking forward and backward. Playing in both directions is important. I don't go back as much, but it's good to balance it out. And so the next one is really fun and really exciting, but it's definitely a challenge. Your middle finger stays on the inside of the hoop, your ring finger and your pointer finger on the outside, and then you start with just a few rocking back and forth by pushing down on your ring finger and then your pointer finger. And then when you feel like you got some momentum and you're ready to go, you start to do that same walking, pushing up with the ring finger and pulling down with the pointer finger. Trying to get these rotations with control. Feeling fancy, you can even try and go for an isolation. Whoop. It's definitely a challenge though. So you want to make sure you start with the middle finger on the inside and not on the outside. Going like this. And then once you start to have some control here, this is just, it's not something that you might find yourself doing in flow, but it builds so much control. My hoop is going counterclockwise in front of me. I'm going to put the tips of my middle finger and my pointer finger together, and I'm going to begin to do a weave. And so this is much easier with a smaller hoop. I'm using a 5/8 hoop, and this is 29 inches in diameter, just in case anyone's curious. And I just go to a weave on this side, and then you come right back in, your middle finger's inside, and you can continue doing that. You want to practice that again in both sides. It's really quite the brain teaser here, but it builds so much of these little itty bitty muscles in your fingers that you didn't know you had. And it's amazing how much doing these drills. Anytime I'm stepping into a twins practice, before I start working on patterns, before I start working on new techniques, I'll warm up with these. And eventually it'll just be like 5 to 10 minute practice depending on how long it takes, how long you stay at each point and how much you drill each one. And it's such a great warm up. I hope this is something you guys all enjoy, and I'm gonna sign off. Enjoy.